It is August 13, 2018, and it is exactly 1 year since I started my transition. Hello everyone, my name is Chloe Alice and welcome to my YouTube channel. The video that you just watched was 2.5 years ago. Oh my goodness. I swear time flies. That day is super important in my life because it is the very first day that I went to see a therapist, a counselor, if you will. When you start your transition, sometimes, it depends on the law, you have to speak to a counselor, and then the counselor has to sign a piece of paper and send it to an endocrinologist so that you can get your hormones. And that took about 4 weeks. So this was 4 weeks prior to starting my hormones. And the reason I showed you this video is because I wanted to kind of give you a comparison, because I am now 2.5 months on estrogen, and I kind of want to show you a little bit of like the differences of what happened, kind of show you what changed and what is supposed to change. I would like to first start by saying every person's transition is different. Not everybody is gonna do the same things. Not everybody is gonna transition as well or as fast or slow as different people. Everybody's transition is different, and that doesn't make anybody any less valid if they don't pass at certain points in time, or if they start passing a year and a half, 2 years into their transition with hormones or anything like that. Everybody is valid. And some people don't even choose to take hormones just because of the side effects that they have on you, and those people are valid too. It just because you don't decide to take hormones, or you do take hormones, doesn't mean you're any less trans or trans, not trans. But without further ado, let's get into some comparisons. I have a few different pictures so that I can give us kind of a good comparison of what we're looking at. Let's see, this is the first picture. We got it down on our bottom right area. This was actually right before, if not right after, I went to the therapist for the very first time. And as you can see, immediately I've gained a lot of weight. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this was way before COVID, okay? So before you even come at me like, oh, that's just the COVID 25 to 30 or whatever. Hormones, estrogen in particular, make you gain weight a lot. And coming from a toothpick, skinny Pete male that had a super high metabolism, that didn't have to worry about working out or anything like that, yeah, that hit me quick. Okay, I gained a lot of weight. Immediately you can kind of tell the difference between my face. My face is definitely a lot, I would say, fatter or whatever, but also my skin is so much softer. Another thing that happens in when you start taking estrogen is your muscle mass kind of starts depleting. Cis men generally have more of muscle tone than cis women. So if you can see, even though I am slightly thinner, but I did have a lot of muscle tone, especially in like my shoulders and my what is this? My arm, so this is like my forearm. What is this? My like behind arm? Babe, what's the top part of your arm called? Biceps. So your bicep area is definitely a lot more tone, and now it's definitely not. It's a lot more like, I would say, smooth and kind of like almost flabby, if you will. I don't know. It's definitely not tone, that's for sure. I would always be super subconscious of my shoulders and wearing tank tops and stuff like that. And now I'm getting to the point where my muscle mass has gone down. I am more like flabby up at the top shoulder area, and it's not as dysphoric, I would say. I feel comfortable with wearing my hair up now when I wear tank tops or anything. Before, I would totally just like wear my hair down and you can't really tell. So that would definitely help my dysphoria, but you know, since of lately, I've been able to, and it's definitely been calming and less dysphoric for me. So another thing that estrogen and hormones and taking hormones for a while kind of deplenished is my hair growth. I generally have to shave every day, maybe every other day, but it used to be like I would have to shave almost immediately after the day, or I couldn't even go a whole day without noticing hair, and it was super coarse and like dark. And now I can go like up to 2 days almost, and I don't really notice it because it's super fine and super it's not as dark anymore. And same for like all of my hair, just like on my legs or my arms. It's definitely not as coarse as it used to be, and I guess with my skin becoming softer, it's not as coarse anymore either. I don't know. I will say that every change in your life, like especially I can compare it to aging. So you don't really notice that you're aging, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, I've aged. Or like you look at pictures, like I look at pictures now and I see myself and I'm like, wow, I've changed that much. But you see yourself in the mirror every single day. It does help when you look back at pictures and you're like, wow, I've come this far. Like I used to look like that. I thought I passed perfect, but obviously I didn't, you know, and now, like, honestly, I'll probably watch this video in like 2 years and be like, holy crap, I've changed so much. Like, I thought I passed, and I'm like, I don't understand why people aren't like clocking me or something. I don't know. Let's move on to the segment that a lot of people are probably interested in, the girls. I have a picture of about a year into hormones, and I'll pull that up right now. Scoot over to the right. This picture is with me and my boyfriend. We are at a Christmas party for our work. If you notice, there is a slight outward appearance in the girl area, you know, and this was a year in, and it's definitely, it was subtle, but now, I mean, 2.5 years, look at the girls, like, look at them. I got babies. After about 2 years, I've kind of seen not really any growth afterwards. So this was like a year. They're definitely a little bigger than they were at a year. And now I feel like after 2 years, you know, not much has changed. They're still a little sore, kind of like a normal cis period, where you'll have like a segment of time where it's like super sensitive, and then it'll kind of go away, and then it'll come back and it's super sensitive again, and then it'll kind of go away. So they're definitely still sensitive, so I feel like they're growing still, but I really haven't noticed any growth or anything like that. Another thing that changes with hormones is fat distribution. So over time, the more that you take hormones and the longer that you take hormones, your fat starts to grow in different locations. So as a male, your fat generally piles up in like this area, you know, you got the dads that got the big old dad bod, and then women's or cis women's fat generally works in like the boobie area, the arm area, and then down into like your hips and your thighs, thus giving you more of like a curvaceous figure. I've got a few pictures right when I got my hormones, or maybe a little after I got hormones. I think maybe like a month, 2 months after I got hormones. And if you can see, I'm a stick, okay? There is no curvaceous about this, okay? This is just a straight, I'm a pencil. You know? But that's how it is. That's how it is. Cis male generally have broad shoulders, and they go down into straight. There is no figure. You're a board. If you are a cis male, you're a board. That's it. You're comfy to lay on, and that's it. There's no cuddly curvies anywhere. Let's bring it back to 2.5 years later. I've got a little bit of curvaceousness. Now, I'm not by all means the curviest person ever. And I don't know if I can get like a good, kind of a good view. You definitely can't see my face. So we're in the bathroom now. As you can see, there is a little bit of curvaceousness. There's a little booty there. There's just a little bit of boobie. We got the girls, you know, and then even in the front, it's slight, but you can see the kind of like outward of curves. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. It's not perfect. It's not over, but we're getting there. But the body isn't the only thing that changes when you take hormones. Your mental state definitely changes. A lot of trans people do experience dysphoria. Hormones definitely help you with that. And once you start like seeing changes and you start seeing differences, your mental state starts changing a lot. You start getting a lot more like happy about yourself and feeling good about yourself, and you get more confident. I'm super excited in a few months to be able to give you a 3-year hormone update, and maybe we'll see some changes. Like I said, like it's not you don't see a change every day. It takes a while to see changes. Like I'll watch this video and see how much change I've actually seen. And it'll be surprising probably. If you are taking hormones of any kind, please leave it down in the comments. How far are you on your hormones? If you're a female to male transgender person, how far are you on your hormones? If you're male to female, how far are you on your hormones? If you're a cis person and you have to take a different kind of hormone, like I want to know that. But some cis women have to take more testosterone, or some cis women have to take estrogen because their hormones are different. Leave that down in the comments. Like, let's talk about it. Let's start a conversation. Thank you guys so much for being here and clicking on this video. If you have not yet, please leave a like, leave a comment. Let's start a conversation in the comments. Subscribe if you have not already. I'm gonna be posting 2 videos a week, so please be prepared for those. And if you have any ideas or anything that you would like me to talk about, leave those in the comments below, and we'll work on making videos that you guys wanna watch. Until then, thank you so much. My name is Chloe Alice, and you have a wonderful night. Bye. I'm nervous. I'm nervous! A little bit. I don't know. It should be fine.